Naughton, David L. Mumm, Arthur C. Ace Beale, Stephen J. Feaster, Stephanie A. Wells, Frank J. Marlowe, Albert H. Cruz, Jr., and Arda J. Roy, Jr. Flight engineers, Bill R. Robertson, William R. Mines, John C. Lamb, and Henry L. Marshall. Photographers, Pete Stanley and Robert Markowitz. Medical support, Charles K. LaPinta, M.D., and Smith L. Johnston III, M.D. Technical assistant, Lawrence R. New. Ground crew, Sandy Sawyer, Kevin Flynn, Bill Condon, Jimmy Harvard, Louis Val, Harley Fexer, Jack McGee, Luther Levan, Roy Winery, B.J. Jones, and Walter Townley. Space Center Houston, Gwen Griffin. NASA John F. Kennedy Space Center, Bob Crippen, Hugh Harris, Ed Harrison, Bill Johnson, Tina Peschen, and Manny Varadi, Jr. NASA Marshall Space Flight Center, Rodney Grubbs and Sandra Turner. U.S. Space Camp, Marianne Higgins. Northrop Grumman Corporation. The Kansas Cosmosphere and Space Center, Hutchinson, Kansas. Max L. Arey, Norma Housewright, Susan Johnson, and Jan Arey. KSCS Spaceworks, Ronald Barr, Kay Blackburn, Greg Buckingham, Doug Callentine, J. Michael Conkling, Dana Durr, Rick Donovan, Steve Duarte, Daniel Garcia, Paul Hawley, James Hayes, John Hurst, Lonnie Johnson, Donald Keller, Bill Kelly, Steve Long, Brian McCullough, Robert Martin, Donald Miller, Gene Ramsey, Gary Salmons, Jim Shaw, Tim Stoughton, Gary Willems, and Dennis Williams. Wonderworks, Brick Price, John Palmer, Troy Hughes Palmer, Clark Acton, Wes Hansen, Laura Price, Sherry Snowden Acton, Robert Bonchoon, Matt Boyko, Patrick Brady, Michael Bullpitt, Robert Clark, Ken Cornett, Elizabeth Eckert, Alan Fukuyama, Brenda Gilpin, Guadalupe Guevara, William Iverson, Jane Kilkenny, John LaValle, Steve Miller, Bill Murphy, Michael Rowe, Matt Traverson, Eric Van Kirk, and John Wolfe. Margaret Ross, Marilyn Shanzer, Ed Gibson, NBC News Archives, CBS News, ABC News, UPI Worldwide News, Washington Post, Omega Watch Corporation. Filmed with Panavision cameras and lenses. Color by Deluxe. Eastman Color Film. DTS Stereo in selected theaters. Digital DTS Sound in selected theaters. Number 33862, Motion Picture Association of America. This picture made under the jurisdiction of IATSE, affiliated with AFL-CIO. Copyright 1995. Universal City Studios, Incorporated. All rights reserved. Country of first publication, United States of America. Universal City Studios, Incorporated is the author of this motion picture for purposes of the Berne Convention and all national laws giving effect thereto. Although this film was based upon a true story, certain characters and events have been fictionalized for dramatic purposes. This motion picture is protected under the laws of the United States and other countries. Unauthorized duplication, distribution, or exhibition may result in civil liability and criminal prosecution. An Imagine Entertainment presentation.